Christina. We are here at DCA today. We're gonna try some Pixar food. Pixar Fest is still going on. I'm actually dressed up as one of my favorite characters from Inside Out 2. Can you guess which one? She's my absolute favorite. She was in the first one also. See if you can guess. And then we're gonna get some food, try to stay out of the sun, so maybe catch a ride, shop for some merch, and have some fun.
Bye-bye, folks. So 5 and 9, we'll see you on the sunny side of the street. So long.
I literally got the best table. This is like my favorite table. It's kind of like off to the side of Aunt Cass's Cafe, and you get just a really beautiful view of the Golden Gate Bridge. You can see the Little Mermaid ride. You can see just people just kind of walking through DCA, and it's just really peaceful, and it's quiet over here. So like I said, I think I kind of hit the jackpot. I almost like don't want to leave. Might just be posted up here for a little while. But so I went to the Lucky Fortune Cookery and I got the beef bulgogi burrito. So this is a fan favorite. Just kind of right off the bat, I'm not too impressed, I'm not gonna lie. I love the shishito pepper, that looks good, but a lot of the rice looks not seasoned. Don't get me wrong, I love white rice, but it just doesn't look like the most flavorful burrito. But of course, like maybe I'm just jumping the gun a little bit, but that's just kind of what it looks like at first glance. And then they give you a generous helping of shrimp chips. I think these are shrimp chips. If you didn't know this, you can always ask a cast member for a water cup, so you don't have to worry about carrying a water bottle around. I mean, don't get me wrong, you definitely can, but I hate carrying a water bottle, so I always try to get water from the cast members, or if I see a drinking fountain, I just drink water that way. Let's try the shishito pepper. Okay, a little mushy, but I'll take it. I love shishito peppers. And they're not spicy. If you've never had one before, they're not spicy. There's a lot of unseasoned white rice, but hey, we're gonna give it a shot. Just as I suspected, I just got a mouthful of rice. There was no meat, but I did take a bite from the corner, so maybe that's why. Let's take a bite from the middle. The meat is seasoned okay, but even then there's a really, really small amount in there. So, I mean, I'm not gonna knock it until I like really get to eat it, you know? But so far, I've gotta say, this is pretty disappointing. Like, you could definitely get this at an Asian restaurant and get it with very, very flavorful meat. And even if you don't have a lot of meat in there, I'm totally fine with, as long as it's seasoned really well. But this is just really, really basic, bland, not seasoned very well at all. There's not really any sauce. It's really just dry and just tons of rice. I would give this like a 5 out of 10. I'm actually really disappointed that DCA even has something like this on their menu. I mean, maybe it used to be better, I'm sure, but yeah, over time, I mean, literally, you guys, like, this is gonna be a mouthful of rice.
Regular stuff.
question a lot of people have is whether or not the Lightning Lane pass is worth it. And my answer to that is it totally depends on what ride you want to go on. And so I typically tell people any ride with like a 1 to 2 hour wait is definitely worth a Lightning Lane ticket. Now, yeah, you got to pay for every single one of those rides, but if you just did like maybe 2 to 3 of those rides, it's so worth it, because then you have all of that time back, you have all of that energy back, where you can go and do other things, because waiting in line, especially in the heat during the summertime, it is so exhausting. In my opinion, it's the most exhausting thing you can do in the park is wait in those really, really long lines. I typically don't wait in a line longer than 30 minutes. Unless it's a ride I really want to go on, then maybe like 40, but I don't really ride on any of the rides that are an hour plus. I just won't ride on them, or I'll come to like a Disneyland After Dark event where I know the wait times will be a lot shorter. But yeah, on days like this, I never wait in line for more than, honestly, on days like this, I won't wait in a line longer than 30 minutes. Call me a snob.
The fluke is the duke of soul. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Those poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. Sha la 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 la, my oh my, like a boy too shy.
That Little Mermaid ride was 100% longer than a 15-minute wait. So you gotta kind of be weary of those short wait times. They might say that they're 10 to 15 minutes, but they could end up being a lot longer. I mean, it was maybe like 30, but if it was a 30-minute wait, never would have waited. So I'm walking around Pixar Pier right now. I kind of want to just seek some refuge from the sun. It's just really, really hot. I want to drink something. I might just get some water. I'm so freaking boring. And everyone's trying to get ice cream. I'm like, dude, I just want some water. So yeah, why don't we check out some merch for a little bit? We kind of stopped by and we saw that Sporky brush. I didn't get it. I was like, dude, my cats are going to just F it up. So no. Were you guys able to figure out which emotion I was today? You guessed disgust. You were right. I mean, it was just too perfect. We had the exact same outfit, and she's super sassy, so I love her. I got my corner back, kind of. It's definitely a lot brighter than earlier, but I ended up getting the yuzu bread pudding, which I had my eye on actually before I came to the park. So I was like, you know what? I think we're going back to San Francisco and we're gonna go back and get this bread pudding. In this bread pudding, we have a yuzu lemon curd with blueberry compote, graham cracker crust with whipped topping. I went to my friend's bachelorette party and we had a yuzu cake there, and ever since then, I'm like, I don't know what yuzu is, but sign me up for it. I actually need to look it up. Do you guys know what yuzu is? This is definitely worth a try at DCA. And the lemon with the blueberry is such a nice combination. If you ever had like lemon blueberry scones or muffins or even cheesecake, really great combination. This is amazing. At first I thought like, oh my God, this is so big. How am I gonna ever eat even a quarter of this? I don't know, I might be able to eat the whole thing. And then the lemon curd is so light with the whipped topping. The whipped topping and the lemon curd, honestly, combined, taste almost like a lemon cheesecake. I came over to Hollywood Studios right in front of Mickey's Philharmonic because it is just so hot, and I swear this is like a best kept secret. There's like nobody here, so it's like nice, quiet, and cool because of all the fans. I saw 2 Pixar movies in the last week. Inside Out 2. I saw Inside Out 2 finally. That's what inspired my discussed Disney Bound today. And I also watched Elemental. And so it was the first time I've ever seen it. I know it came out like a year ago, but I loved that movie so much. I was completely blown away by how much I actually ended up liking the movie because the animation obviously was amazing. The colors were amazing. Definitely reminded me a lot of Avatar, just with the type of colors that they were using. The gist of the movie, without giving too much of it away, is it's about the elements and how they all live together in this world and how fire slowly kind of starts to become incorporated into that culture. So it's an immigrant story, you know, where we're incorporating ourselves with all of these other cultures, and there's a lot of stuff within every culture that we feel kind of stands out and is new to other cultures. And so I really loved how they took fire and kind of made them kind of be like the immigrant, or kind of not like the, I don't want to say like outcast, but I mean it's like the immigrant, you know, and as any immigrant knows, like there's just all these growing pains with assimilating and fitting in. There were a few times in the movie where I just like sobbed. I cried so hard because, so in the story, Ember, she's our main character, she is supposed to take over her dad's shop, and she's really tormented because she wants to do that, but it's his dream, not hers, but she feels obligated to them because they sacrificed so much for her. And those are just, oh my god, I'm gonna cry right now. Those are just so, like, that's what every child of an immigrant believes, you know, that our parents gave up so much for us and we just want to pay them back, and, you know, we're really thankful and we're grateful, and so basically whatever they say we do just because we want to make them happy. And it just struck so many chords for me because it very much is a way of thinking, especially if you're born and raised around that environment, because if you have cousins and brothers and sisters that believe that, hey, you're supposed to do everything you can to make your parents happy, like if you're going to be that one person that's like, well, what about me? Like, what about my dreams? Like, you're already going to be seen as an outsider. So now, poor Ember, you know, she feels like, you know, she's an outsider of an outsider, you know, where it's like now she wants to like do her own thing too. But what's really cool about Wade is that he's so supportive of her, and he's like your typical like super privileged guy who's incorporated into that mainstream element, because water kind of is like the they don't really say it, but you can kind of tell just like the positions of power. They're usually all water people. They're all water people. The bus line runs on water, so without having to say it, it's kind of like, you know, they're the white people, right? My favorite scene in Elemental is when Wade takes her to see the Vivisaria flower. As she was just floating underneath the water, you could just see all the changing colors of the flowers, and then just Wade moving her through the water. It was just such a beautiful like marriage of all of the elements. But I also saw Inside Out 2. And I'll be honest, I thought it was a little short. I thought it was a little abrupt. I did really enjoy that we got to see Riley grow into now a 13-year-old who deals with all of these new emotions right when she hits puberty. One of the things that I really liked was anxiety, how they put her in a chair. At the end of the movie, they put her in a chair and they give her a tea. And I'm literally sitting there and I'm like, dude, this is every millennial woman right now. This is every millennial woman. You know that you have been through it. You've been through it. If you are now at home on your couch with a cup of tea. But
time to work on your roar. 3 minutes till showtime.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go catch the show. Mickey's Philharmonic was so incredibly cute. So it's about a 10-minute show, and it's basically just like an amalgamation of just all these amazing Disney songs. And they incorporated Donald just, you know, up to his old Donald antics throughout the whole 10-minute short. But it was really cute. It was really cool in there. So if you're just like really wanting to get out of the sun, then that's like a really, really cool thing to do. You can't eat or drink in there, just FYI. So I accidentally brought my water in there, but I didn't drink it. had to stop because I just needed to admire these ears. They're like magenta holographic sequin with a unicorn horn and a veil. I mean, dude, it's a good thing I don't have a daughter because she would definitely be getting one of these. Also, side note, I should say that I would never force that on my kids. I mean, I would try, but, you know, I definitely wouldn't be like, oh my God, you have to wear this. I mean, it would make me happy, but, you know, it's definitely, you can do whatever you want, do whatever the F you want, wear whatever you want, I don't care. So I ended up getting that sweatshirt. It's really funny. I've never, like growing up, I was never really into like the big four, you know, I was never like a Mickey Mouse girl. I was never Minnie Mouse, Donald, or Goofy. I just kind of looked at them and I was like, I guess they're like the quintessential characters, but for some reason I just never really resonated with any of them until I got older, and now I feel like Donald is like my favorite. Maybe because they're always so happy, and I'm like, why are you guys like only happy? Like, shouldn't you guys express other emotions too? And Donald's the only one who like is something other than happy, and so I think that's why he's so much more relatable to a lot of people, because a lot of people I know like actually prefer Donald over the other characters. I mean, the other characters are cute, don't get me wrong, but oh my God, I'm talking like mad smack about Disney. About these classic Disney characters, and I'm here at DCA. But I am about to head out of here because it's really hot still. Well, it's cooled down, but I'm hot and I'm tired and I'm old and I'm ready to just go home. I teach a class, not like super early, but I like to, you know, just give myself some time to like wind down and, you know, do all that stuff. Have my cup of tea. Have you seen Inside Out 2 yet? I would definitely be anxiety at the end of the day. You know, just I got my tea, I got my PJs, I got my two cats on one cat on the couch, and then we're all just, you know, chilling, watching a movie or something together. That's my life typically. But thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys had fun. You didn't have to bear the heat today, but it actually wasn't that bad. I mean, if you know how to schedule your time, and if you know where to use the lightning lane pass, then you can totally do a really hot day at both Disneyland and DCA. You just have to pace yourself, and you gotta know like when to take water breaks, when to stop for the bathroom, and you know, don't just go, because then you will burn out. And then you won't want to be here any longer. But if you pace yourself, drink lots of water, and then really try to like stay in the shade as much as you can, and then go in the sun only when necessary, then you'll be fine. But yeah, that's all I got for you. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on this video, and I will see you guys next time.